Masechta Bava basra daf kuf mem vav amar aleph. We're starting from the Mishnah. It's all about Yerusha. Zak Yimara, Hashaleis Hivloinais Hachasim that sends his presence Lebeis Chamav to the house of his future father-in-law. Yeah, hot money. Yeah, if I was on something else. Shalach Meya money. He sent 100 money. And then he ate like in the engagement party. He came to the house and he ate together with his future shver.
He felt he has money there he could send.
Yeah, and he ate. He showed that I'm giving you guys the present. Even if he only ate bedina, the worth of a dinner, and then he decides that either he died or she died, or he decided he wants to divorce her, ain't a nigman. That money he cannot collect back. Because he showed out of joy that he loved her. He looked she's such a beautiful woman. I'm so excited. So he for sure was going to to give it as a matana right then and there.
Because he died, he should give back his money. So who should give back the money?
To his yashim, his brothers or whatever.
To his family.
Yeah, it's his family. So we say no, because when he showed, he did it out of excitement. He gave the present right away.
So he gave all his heart.
Yeah. But if he didn't eat any meal over there, so then we say he could collect, because he didn't show anything that he's really excited to give it away. It sounded like he wants to hold on to it till we get married.
So he say he should give away.
Yeah.
Back.
Then he has to give it back. Then the Kala side has to give it back to the chassid. What's if he sent a lot of presents, and he made up with her the condition? He said the fetish. Sheyazaru imala beis baila. These presents that I gave you now, don't touch it. Wait till we get married. We'll bring it to the house that we get married to. And then he died, she died, or he decided to divorce her. Then the halacha is he could collect it, because he said the fetish not for now,
When you get married.
but when we get married. The same thing is even if it wasn't Siviloinis Murubin. Even if it was a small amount.
Why is he
Merubin, because that's the derech. Chassan goes and he goes all out. Huh?
That time is the good move.
Yeah. And it's not us, you're buying for the wedding. We prepare furniture, tellers, with everything. So that's the time. That's really the time that you buy everything before the wedding. The linen, the furniture. Okay.
They don't wait to penny out.
Yeah, what's if there was a little bit small matanis? He gave her like something like a nice chocolate with little things. Yeah. So then, ain't it's not to collect. He gave it, even if it was a lot. He says normally when you give it to the house that they should use, you don't give a lot. That's why it says mu'atim. But even if he did give a lot, he splurged, but it was meant for the shver's house that they should. Well, that you got to give back. Well, something that's really for on the condition that they're going to get married. Yeah, that's usually a debt. Okay, I'm gonna have another.
With my engagement, my parents wanted to give a ring because that's what I said.
Yeah. But usually we don't give the diamond. I didn't give the diamond until the chuppah. Yeah.
He opposed it. My parents didn't understand what's going on.
Right.
With the engagement, you should put it before the wedding,
You give it in the yichudum, and
the diamond.
that's when I gave it, and I think my daughters did the same. I mean, my sons did the same. Yeah. Aber gesagt, Dafke dinner. Only if he ate up dinner, the worth of a dinner, from that present that he gave into her house, and he ate with them, that he cannot collect. There's the worth of a dinner.
So when he dies, it doesn't go back to him.
Right. What's if he ate nothing, pitching care of nothing? Loy. Then the halacha is that the chassan is not meichel, and he's allowed to collect everything back. But you want to pshit the dinner tonight? We not be finished that only if he ate the worth of a dinner. And the I would have thought, who are dinner after the pax medina? I would have thought even less than a dinner. Why did the Mishnah learn dinner? He's learning what's the derech. A mensch kommt essen. Nicht wieder da. He's asked, don't be silly, the worth of a dinner. Kamashwan, that's what he's come to teach us. That even if it's less than a dinner, if he ate...
So say no.
No, he's coming, no. Only if it's a dinner, then he returns it. Where do we see the same thing we had on yesterday's blog? That when we said that the Shushvinin, that when they give the present, to the groomsmen, they give it to the chassan. They buy presents. They eat the amount of a zuz, they said. There's a certain amount you eat.
More than dinner?
A zuz is a little bit less, but of this by or maybe it's more. It's zuz, no, a dinner is 4 zuz. I'm not sure. Okay. But I'm just saying the shiurim that in certain places people eat a certain amount.
What is the shiurim today?
He says the normal shir to eat is a
What's
shir
the
dinner.
shiurim?
Yeah.
What's the shiurim today?
What's the other?
I don't know. Sagt die Mother, we learned in the Mishnah.
Yeah,
Acha.
it's a different show today.
Can sein, I don't know. Ein Testament, I sag mal, I don't know. Sagt die Mother, Achel Tanan. It says only if he ate. How about Shasa? He didn't eat. He drank the worth of the dinner. Mike, what's the dinner?
Yeah, you drink
Is
a
that?
bottle of mashka.
Oh, so that's $70. A Glem Levitt. So what's the din? Mike, what's the din? Is that enough to say that he can't collect? Because he ate this.
It's more than a dinner.
Yeah, and it's more than dinner. Or he even he drank as a dinner. We want to know if he drank that amount. Is that enough? Or he has to eat it? Or who's not? We said only if he ate. How about shluchei? What's it? He sent a shliach to bring it, and the shliach ate over there by the father-in-law's house. Is that going to have the same thing?
So Shechol Kavesi?
Yeah. And then Shamtnan, we said that he ate in the father-in-law's house. How about if he gave the present and the father-in-law gave a baggie back from the food that he should eat, worth of a dinner? Is that good? Shamtnan shigeloi. What's if the chamav, the father-in-law, sent him a package, a baggie? What's the dinner worth of a dinner? Could he collect, or we say no? He ate the dinner. Toshmar says, I'll answer all these questions. But he's going to answer the first suffix. You're going to see he only answers really the first one. There was a story with one person, that he sent to his father-in-law's house. The Beis Chomov, to his father-in-law's house. 100 wagons, a shalkadi yain, shalkadi shem, shalkadi kesef. Yeah, jars of wine, jars of oil. And then silver kalim, shalkadi sov, shalkadi melas.
It was really in love with
Oh my gosh. Golden kalim and the
Money
garden.
he wanted to show off.
And he had begotten, he sent it all. He was riding with Tazah Simcha. The Halach with Al Pesach Beis Chamav, and he went and he was standing by the entrance of the father-in-law's house. And they took out a warm cup of wine.
the Shvez,
The Shveh brought him out, a kois yayin, warm, b'shasa, umeis, und es gestorben.
They give him poison?
I was thinking of that, no. But no, that sounds like it's crazy. I also was saying maybe there's some plot
Maybe
here.
it was too hot. You know,
No, he just died naturally.
Natural.
Yeah, well, who knows? Like Clinton.
So much stuffing in it.
Could be. Anyway, so he says, "B'zu halacha." This is the halacha. I was mamish thinking that way when I first looked at it. B'zu halacha. This is the halacha. Hella.
As if you love it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, so this is the halacha. He says, "Hella Rabbi Acha, Sar Habira, Rabbi Acha." The head of the palace, came before he was called the Sarabira. He came before the Lefnei Chacham L'Usha, in front of the Chacham in Usha where the Sanhedrin was, and they said, those presents that are made to be consumed, so enigman, those he cannot collect back. Like food, the jars of wine, jars of oil, but the clay kesef, the clay zav, these are silver kalim, these are not things that... So that nigman, he can collect it back. So shmamina. So here we see afilu shasa. Even if he drank, well, what happened there? He drank a cup of wine. I know he died after, but he drank a cup of wine, and we said even drinking is enough to make him not be able to collect those presents that are made to consume. Says Gemara shmamina, afilu shasa. Says so fact Gemara shmamina afilu pachs midina. We can also learn out, even if it's the possibility, because they gave these little cups, so it's probably less than a dinner.
In Israel, the Arabs drink a little cup of
Yeah, that's how it was. He calls it a little shot. It was a shot. Okay. In those times, they used to take a pearl and grind it, and they would put the pearls into the drink, and it was worth thousands of dollars.
Well, why did they used to grind
so you get poisoned.
It was like refuah. No, this is the marshal like with Alter Rebbe with the diamond in the crown, and the child couldn't. The king's child was sick, and they said the only cure is to take the diamond out of your crown and grind it and mix it with water. That will heal it.
to save his life?
Anyways, over here they used to put in the drinks. That's where they get it from. So here you see that they would grind the pearl and put it in a drink. But it was good for a healthy drink. It's called a healthy drink.
Wow.
Says you want to, so you have no idea.
It's
It
expensive drink.
was a very expensive drink. So you have no proof that it was less than a dinner. So it still maybe has to be a dinner. You don't have proof. Says you want maybe this shaman mino hafilu shigulay. We could prove even if they send him right a baggage. Remember I told you if they send him a baggage, we had a shaila. Is it considered, or he has to eat in the father-in-law's house? Says the mother, that's not called sending him. Maybe every entrance that you're standing in front of the entrance, it's like you're in the house. Maybe that's different. You know the famous joke that the Shviga came and to the Adam's house and says, so the Adam is, how long are you staying for? So she says, as long as you want me. You're leaving. So he says, you're leaving so soon. Okay, standing by the entrance. What's the din if he decides that he wants to not give it? He eats a half a dinner, maybe a dinner, whole dinner, patters him from the whole that he can't collect anything. How about if he ate a half a dinner? Maybe he could collect half. A third of dinner, maybe he could collect more. So the Yimada, no. So the Yimada says that's the Yimada Shaila, and then the next Shaila is Shevach Sibloines. What's if he sent him tzoyin ubaka as a present, and then she dies, he dies, or he decides to divorce her, and the tzoyin ubaka got kinder. So when it comes to collect, could he collect back the vlades or not? The shep, yeah. Ma, what's it in? Kiven the e is no the day hadr. Since the civiliness itself have to be returned because Lemafreya the matana when he gave was bottle Lemafreya because it was only on the condition to get married, but it's bottle Lechatchila, so it's his. So it's b'shusei shavuach. Really, it's considered his own tzayna buckets and his rishus.
Why should be the fact about the?
But it's in her house.
Wait, we're gonna get it. So, but it's considered his rishus because it was
So
bottle.
why should be the fact the babies that were born?
So it should go to the original owner because the matana was never theirs. It was never the Kala's. Because it was in this bottom of the Chatchila.
So it goes everything back.
Everything should go back, even the bloodies.
100%, yeah.
Like the Mo, perhaps, giving it up the Oimagande. By Shalomile. Maybe, look, he was like a shema. She's like a shema. If it gets stolen, they're going to have to pay for everything, even for the bloodies. So since they have to pay for it, that means it's in whose ishus? In the Kala's ishus, because they have a chrais to pay if it gets stolen. So it's in the ishus of the Kala. Yes, but it's in her. We consider her as ishus. So bishus they do shivuach. So we have to say, where did it get the baby? Where was it to become a best by her? So maybe she should get a take. So on all these shilas, but again, if he only ate a half a dinner, no, the drink we answered, yeah. So that the drinking is. They don't have to give it back.
But if you drink a little bit,
he doesn't have to give it back. We said a drink he drank.
or was it dinner?
So there was even the for that dinner we can't prove because over there there was pearls maybe mixed into it.
They grind in also.
They grind in pearls, yeah. Shigur we couldn't prove either. Sending to him a baggie we can't prove because it wasn't sending to him. He was standing at the entrance. It's like in the house. And then Bausha Yishalish. Here we don't have an answer. Those presents that are made to be eaten, consumed. Let's say he gave him, to eat, right, to be absorbed. Let's say he gave 2 bottles of wine to the shver to drink, and he backed out of the wedding after they drank 1 bottle, but there's still 1 bottle left. So, Mo, what's the din? Even though the second bottle is made to drink also, does he have to return the bottle or not? Tashma, come in here and I'll answer you. This halacha, Rabbi Yacha, Sarabira. brought before the Chachamim in Usha. They said, Sivloines ha'asuim libalis ein nigbin. Sivloines, which are made to be consumed, to eat, you can collect it. V'shein ha'asuim libalis, but if it's not made to like kalim, presents like silver, gold,
But this goes back.
that goes back. My love, afagav leibalo. Is it then not? Here he didn't make any chilukim. Even if it's still existing, he still doesn't have to return it. Says you have no proof. Maybe there it's talking about the balo. It was finished. But maybe if something is left over, you have to give it back. Toshma says I'll bring you a eye from here. It says Sivloinis mo'otin shetishamish bahen v'hi b'vei savia ein nigban. It says those Sivloinis, little presents that he gave to her, that he sent her these little presents, that she should use it in the house of her father, cannot be collected. Says the Gemara now, the Mishnah didn't say, so it says, it's mashma in the Lashon, that if he said, Sheim Pirishet Tishtamish Bahem Beveis Aviyah, Ein Abal Yachal Likvus Esevloines, even if they exist, because you added the words that she should use in the house of her father. So it's mashma that even if it's still now here, she doesn't get to, he doesn't get to collect it. Because the Mishnah didn't mention at all asuyin levalis. He didn't say asuyin levalis that are made. So it's just like, huh? So we say that the Baal is meichel on the Savoyans completely. Says the Gemara, no, Tigma Rabbah say that there. Why did they say that even if it exists, he can't collect, even if it's here now? Because it's beyeva usvavta. It's talking about that it's a cap, a hair cap, or a strainer. These are little that are on Amazon. You can buy all of that together for 99 cents. So for that, he's meichel. He doesn't care. But if he bought her expensive makeup today, he could buy makeup for $1,500, and she didn't use it. Maybe he could ask for it back. He wants to give it back to Amazon and get back his $1,500. We don't know. There, that Mishnah is talking about Sivloinis Ktanim. Maybe it's not much of a value, but something of value, maybe, and it's still existing. He would have to return it.
Means something of value, or means it's something of value?
No, means a cap, a hair cap, or those strainers that they used.
So that has no value?
Has very little value, nothing.
The cheap stuff, 99 cents though.
Yeah, you can buy 2 for 99. Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Rav. Rav Yehuda said the name of Rav. Mai sebi adam echad sheshigel leveis chamav yayin chodesh v'shemen chodesh ukli pishton chodesh ba'atzeres. There was a story with somebody who sent to Shver.
Usually a shver sends to the Edom, here's verkehrt.
He sends it for the kala. No, right, yeah. New wine,
To show off it to the country.
new oil, and silk, beautiful material, new material for Shavuos. He sent it on Shavuos. So if you want to buy kamash, what do you want to tell me? It's not Shana Mais. And what? Was.
Okay.
And you want to eat by saying, Mom. Others want to say, he wants to tell us. Chashivus of Eretz Yisrael kamashman. He's coming to tell us the chashivus of Eretz Yisrael. It's so early in the season, and they had already yayin, shemen. It's so early to tell you the shvach of Eretz Yisrael. Things grow rapidly. But saying, others say the itoyin that if will come to the chasm will come to Bezin to Taina, that he sent his wife new wine and new shemen. Ta'ante Taina, saying Taina's a Taina. And we shouldn't be machzik for sure, bevada mishakev, for sure he's lying. We're not going to say that he's lying because it's by Batzeres, by Shavuos, he sent already oil and wine.
What's his
No, why would I say he's lying? Because it's so early in the season, so I would say it's impossible that he sent wine and oil. So we'd come to tell you, no, he's not lying, because in Eretz Yisrael, you find oil and wine.
What does it mean that it's a tiny?
That he sent her, and now he backed out of the marriage. He wants to collect it. Okay. Rav Yehuda said the name of Rav. There was a story of one person. He was Mekadesh's wife, and they said, "Listen, you made a mistake. It was a Mekach Toys, because yes, she looks good. Everything looks. You think you can't see any woman." but she has a mum that you can't tell. What's the mum? She can't smell. Oh, so
What does that mean?
what? Ishtay Tesronis.
What does that mean?
She doesn't have the chush hareich. She lost the chush hareich.
So what?
So he bothers him. So he wants to get rid of her. So v'nichnas acharei lechuva. He is. I'm sorry, v'nichnas acharei lechuva, and he followed her into one of his churvas that he owned.
So what happened?
Lebeitka, to check her out. She went into one of his churvas and he followed her, and he put in his pocket a radish. And he says, he tells her, I smell the smell of radish in Galil. You want to see if she says the same thing. So she said, you know, who's going to give us these sweet dates that we can eat, the radish with it to balance out the sweetness with the chrifis? So that's what she was saying. So according to the Yesh Mefarshim, really the Baal really took a sweet date in his pocket, and he said to her, he smells radish, and she said,
But she smelled something.
He smells the date.
he said, doesn't it smell from radish here? And she answers that in order for this sweet date to be good, we should eat it together with the dates tonight. So she showed that she knew that it was a date in his pocket.
That was his date.
And that's why the date was a good date.
So what's his whole mindset telling us?
So he wanted to check her out if she could smell.
So she could.
Oh, 1 minute.
She couldn't go to the doctor.
Wait, we didn't finish
You
one.
couldn't take it to the doctor and check it out?
Okay, the doctors wouldn't be able to tell. Okay. No, he followed her. He tested her out. Okay, Nafa Allah Churva Mesa. The stuff is good. And when at the end of the story, when he found out that she could smell, the churva fell on her and she died.
He died on her.
On her, yeah. He wants now yashna. They say, now you're not gonna. Can't because you brought. Yes, she died, so he wants the yashna. So the Chacham
Was he
say.
engaged to her or not?
Yes. But when he brought her in, he was already on the verge of divorcing her because
to try it out.
she didn't have the smell. Yeah. Meaning the Rashbam. What did he bring her into the churva? To divorce her.
He wanted to prove it. That
So,
he's
and the
right.
Yerushai said he cannot inherit her at that time when he brought her into the
Even though
churva.
she's not arusa.
Yeah, ומכאן למדנו שבעל שנס נסינו באשתו לגרשה, and then she died when he already had the kavanah to divorce her.
Oh, but
Ain't
even
a
now she's
yasha.
a Nisuya or arusa?
And the sewer,
was
it's the
Nisuya.
same thing. So do you want to
So
explain
he
this?
wanted to divorce her because he found out
Oh,
she
little
knows she
bit, yeah.
can't smell. But it's true. Okay.
Okay, so we learned in the Mishnah Sivleina is more often shetishtramish bahem bebeis aviyah. He sends a small amount of presents that she should use in the house of her father. Yasser Rabbi Savakamei, Papa, Rabin, the elder, sat before Papa, he sat and he said, Ben Shemezi, Ben Shemezu, whether she died or whether he died, Hada who, or he retracted from the marriage, Sivleines, which are not made to be absorbed, to be eaten, Hada has to be returned. Michael Mishta loy hada, but the food and the drinks which is made to be eaten, he doesn't have to return. Of course, we're talking about that he ate the sudas chasam together with the shver. Hada ba'i, but what's if she retracted? If she retracted and she was mafatal the whole marriage, Hada afilo kisha de then she has to even return a bundle of vegetables. So it's such a little bundle.
For the 99
Yeah.
cents store.
Right. And not only that, he says over here, usually she would have to return the Kedushin, the money of the Kedushin. But we don't accept it because yesterday we learned the Gezerah of Ravashi. What was the Gezerah of Ravashi? Ravashi said that if he will return to her the Kedushin, people will say there was never a Kedushin. And really, if he was Makadish, one of the girls in the family cannot marry the next girl. But if he got back the money, if she gave back the money, so they'll say she never got engaged, and she'll marry, and he'll marry their second sister, and people won't know what's going on. That's why we don't allow him to take back the money from the kedushin as a siman, that people should make the mistake that he should be able to marry her sister.
Oh, but don't forget my get is.
And I forget my get. Aber Menschen will nicht. The Gemara said yesterday. Sometimes people won't hear about the get, and they'll hear that he gave back the kedushin.
People do hear about the get long before Gemara.
Yeah, but he says sometimes it won't. They want to take all precautions. But everything else, she had any present, even this minute present, has to be returned if she backed out of the marriage. Yeshua said that we shots up what was eaten. Let's say the basa that they ate. But they don't have to pay the full price. They pay the cheaper price of meat. What does it mean? Bizel, cheap. Says the Yimana Tilsa, a third. Let's say it's six dinarim for a piece of heavy meat. They only have to pay 4 dinarim. This is not the only time that we have it. We have, let's say, the Yisraelim by mistake ate the behemoth that their father had, but it was a borrowed behemoth, and they ate it. Come to Bachayim and he says, "Yeah, give me the behemoth. Yep, we'll pay you back a third less." Because they could buy it. He says they did it to Shalem Nadas. Yeah, I'll just bring you a case.
So the Yisraelim shouldn't have eaten it.
They didn't. They say they would have never paid it. They wouldn't have eaten such a high, expensive meat. They would eat they would eat a much lesser expense. But for such expensive meat, for third less, they're ready to pay. Here he says, שאין חייל שם בדין הנזיקין, שמשל מה שאיננה מאכילס. In din הנזיקין you don't have to pay, but you have to pay what you had on now, but you're not mechuyev to pay the highest price, you pay a third less. Okay, so the Mishnah. Shimara shakosaf kol nechas la'achinem, v'shiyah kaka v'chol shiur. Shimara wrote out all his nechasim, but he left out a little piece of kaka. Says the Gemara Matnas.
For his wife? Who lived on the kaka?
He gave all his nechasim to other people.
Who says he was married?
Yeah, it doesn't matter, married, no married. He gave it to other people, but he left to himself a little piece. Now he became well. He says, I want back everything. So no, you left already for yourself a little piece. So that you gave it away. It was a real matana. Forget it. Goodbye. But if loishia kaka koshu, if he didn't leave anything for himself, that means he thought for sure he's dying, and that's why he gave everything away. So then we say, if he became well, he didn't make a cheshbon that when he becomes well, he's going to die from hunger. Obviously, he only gave it because he thought he's dying. Because he didn't. Right, that's what he says. If he left something over, then therefore it's considered as matana. But if he left nothing over, matana.
He could get it back.
He can get it back. His matana is not a kayemes because he left nothing for himself. So you see the fetish that he thought he was going to die. But obviously, if he would be well, he wants everything back. But that's what.
And what comes to that he writes, maybe he doesn't know what he's doing. No?
That we have to. That's a separate thing. They have to know if his mind was in the right state when he said it. So you want
we have different Gemaras regarding that. He did something when he was a shaita,
Right. So here we're talking about now. He was a shchibinah, but he was sick. His mind was working. Man Tana does who's the Tana that says we go according to the shots of what the person thought, because that's what our Mishnah said. If the shchibinah didn't leave any karka, so we for sure say he had a mind that he's dying. But obviously, if he knew that he's going to be cured, he would have never given it away.
You keep it.
Right? So who's this Tana that said we...
So you give it to the Dayanim to pass it, no? You give it to the Dayanim to options.
No, that's Al-Tzarigim. So, but who's the one... This Mishnah says we look at his mind state, where his mind was. His mind was that he was going to die, and that's why he gave everything away. But if he knew that he's not dying, he would have never given anything away. Amar Rav Nachman Rav Shimon ben
What would happen if
Menashe.
he didn't give it away? What would happen to all his wealth? Who would
Or
have
or
gone
to
to?
go automatically to the Yashim. We said there's always Yashim, up or down, whichever way you want to go. Amar Rav Nachman Rav Shimon
In
ben
America, you
Menashe.
always find that somebody dies, you always
You
find
find
the
the
relatives.
great grandfather or the great grandson down.
Yeah, find the relatives.
Yeah. Amar Rav Nachman Rav Shimon ben Menashe. It follows Rav Shimon ben Menashe. The Tanya we learned in the Brayso. Arei shehalach b'nayla Medina Sayam. There was a person that his son went to Medina Sayam. The Shamash Hameis b'nayla, he heard his son died. So he went ahead, as he has no Yiddish, so he wrote. Yeah, so he wrote it to a whole different person. His son is here. Yeah, matnas and matana.
Oh,
That's not according to Reb Shimon ben Menashe. That's a Tanakama. Reb Shimon ben Menashe, a matnas and matana. It's not a matana. He would have never written the tzavah to somebody
why
else.
does the Tanakh say Yolo?
Oh, we're going to get to it soon. So Rav Sheshes says Rav Shimon Shazuri. Rav Sheshes says it's Rav Shimon Shazuri. The Tanya that we learned in the Brayso, but Ishayna hayoimim hayitz bekoilel. So somebody who's being taken out in chains to be executed. So the guy right away screams. He's being executed on his way to execution. Rama kiss get leash. Write a get to his wife. He says write a get. He says write a get to his wife. And he didn't say give it to her. We have to write it, and not just write it, like he said, but we also give it.
He meant to give it.
Because he meant to give it. That means umdana. We go according to what he had in
Even though
mind.
he didn't say it out.
Even though he didn't say it out, we know what he meant. We go according to... It's tumult. He couldn't remember everything. So then they said, not only that, even somebody's going on the ocean, somebody's going out in the desert. So such things were dangerous. And they say, write the get. He forgot before I'm going on the journey. He says, you know what, I forgot. Write a get to the wife.
They had to go in Israel.
You
So they have
place
to
some
write,
get.
they have to write gets to his wife?
I think it's the best way because they don't have to do yibum. I don't know if they do that. It's a good shaila. Yeah,
Maybe they do it inside. As soon as you sign up to be a soldier,
that's part of the documents. Maybe right. Maybe that's part of the document. Rav Shimon Shazuri says, "Af HaMesukin." Even a Shchimena who's about to die. Rav Shimon says that. Listen, he says they send a get to his wife, and he forgot to say it. No, we say it's like he sent him to give it. Thank you, Rav Nachman. My time in Loimukim Lo Kidas Rab Shimon Ben Zuri. Why did he say it like Rab Shimon Ben Menashe? Why didn't he say it like Rab Shimon Shazuri? So if you want a shiny Hassam, there, in the case of Rab Shimon Shazuri, is different. The Omakisu, he already started off. He revealed already what he wants. He wants this to be the Meshaiba get. So Etchem Megal given sein das is Gitman. In unserer Mishnah by the Shchimera, he didn't say pips. So we say, oh, he meant when he's to give the matana, he only meant if he's gonna die. But if he's not gonna die, it means. But he didn't say anything like that. Rav Sheshes, my time mukim la. Rav Shimon ben Menashe. Rav Sheshes, who says it's Rav Shimon Shazuri, why does he want to learn like Rav Shimon ben Menashe? So he says, according to Rav Sheshes, you can't bring a raya from Rav Shimon ben Menashe. Why? The muchach shiny. He says the of our Mishnah is clearer because Kolzman, the son is alive by Rav Shimon ben Menashe. He wouldn't have given the matana till he heard that the son is. He didn't give the matana till he heard that his son is dead. Once he heard his son is dead, he wrote the tzavah to others. So you see clearly that the giving of the matana was aldas, with the mindset that his son is going to die. But in the mikveh, you
they
can't.
heard that he died.
What?
They heard that he died.
Right. But in our Mishnah, it's not that clear. When he writes the nechasim to somebody, aldas that he's dying. So by the Shchimera, a lot of sick people do get healed from the sickness, And since he didn't reveal, he didn't make episode tonight that if he gets healed, I want back everything. He didn't say that. So since he didn't say that, maybe
Maybe he wants to wait.
that it's a good matana. That's it. We'll stop over here.